But you know, sometimes you just kind of end up with a first gen Raptor. So here we are, 330,000 kilometers on it. It's got a little bit of a story behind her, which I'll get into when we're inside, but I just thought I'd give you a little walk around of it. Dual pipes, thick bed sides, 4-door, super clean interior. This is a 2014, so this is the last year of the first gen with the no replacement for displacement 6.2. Probably the most painful thing I've ever had on the wallet in terms of filling up and the fuel mileage you get. It's not cool, but first gen Raptors are cool, so I guess it's the price you gotta pay. Pretty clean truck, honestly. A couple little chips here and there. 300,000 Ks, a lot of K obviously. Original owner. Looking a little better now. Took it over to my buddy. He gave her the full all-American restoration, and I can even get it up on the hoist. Side skirts, the bed liner. They had like a factory bed liner coating on it. It's kind of falling off. It had sans rockers. There's no rockers on it, but again, you don't need those when we're going. Factory shocks that probably needed to be rebuilt about 300,000 kilometers ago, but who knows when those were done. Yeah, my buddy did a killer job on coating this thing up. We have some bad weather here. I have a video that I took at his shop that I'll clip in, and I'll clip in the before as well, because I just couldn't stand it. So pretty much it was the first thing I did. As soon as I got it, I reached out to him, asked him when he'd had some time to get this thing all coated up back into a more pristine condition. But yeah, looking pretty fresh. That's the bed liner. You can kind of see on the factory skirts. A little bit of rust here and there. I'm gonna touch it up, do some bed liner up on the top. Tone cover's a little wrecked up. Already cleaned out the interior. It's in great shape. Oh, gotta fix that. Heated, cooled seats, AC. Again, horrible fuel mileage, but it's in good shape. Driver's seat's got a little bit of bolster wear. I threw some little restoration stuff on it, cleaned it up real good, and turned it really nice. Jealous of the ladies X5 with the heated steering wheel. I really like those things. That's how you know you're getting old, when you can appreciate a nice heated steering wheel. But it's got all the cool Raptor switch options that you can just add electronics in, so we'll probably keep her around for a little bit because I'm kind of special like that. I don't missing a chromosome or something, but as you know, we got the real pre-runner truck, but this thing does not work good in the winter at all because it's only 2-wheel drive. Been over this bad boy a lot on the channel. It's a cool truck. I'll still drive it when it's not too shitty out, but honestly, it's a really clean truck. So I really don't like getting it covered in salt and stuff. Just ruins it. Whereas in like this, has seen lots of salt and stuff. So we can pretty much, I don't know, guy reasoning. This is more of a winter pre-runner, right? We got to take it through its paces, do some test and tuning. But yeah, I'll shut up. I'm gonna get back in the driver's seat. We'll toss her into the shop, and we'll do a better look through of it. Toss open the hood, and I'll go through some knowledge that I kind of have on these trucks. They have a lot of really cool factory options on them, honestly. Again, I'll go through how I kind of acquired it, because you don't really need the 6.2 first gen Ford Raptor when you have so much junk, but you know, you only live once or something like that. Pretty cool truck. Yeah, it's cold. I'm gonna go put this down, pull her in. back in the shop, and yeah, we got the Raptor here, chilling. A little dirtier. I've done a couple little things that you can't even tell because it's filthy and salty out, but refresh the headlights, put some new turn signal bulbs in it, and the side marker bulbs because those were all out, so all the lights are lit up. Did an oil change on it, and just regular maintenance. Took a used battery that I had on boil, tossed it in there so it's charging up good. Other than that, honestly, it's a sick truck. It's thick, it's wide. That's what's always been the cool thing about these trucks. I am no Ford expert. I like everything, but for my limited knowledge on these trucks, they were Baja inspired. I think they came out in like 2010. This is the last generation. Well, before the new ones would be EcoBoost, but first gen Raptor. This is a 2014. So this is like the last offered model of the first gen Raptor. And to kind of get into it, because we'll go back here, flip her around there. All right, camera's doing things. We're dialed. My name's Mike, and I have a marketplace addiction. I spend way too much time on Facebook Marketplace. I've been looking for a 4th gen Cummins, just to upgrade the Duramax. Plan on doing a lot more driving this year, and as you know, I'm a Cummins guy. Nothing wrong with the Duramax. It's been a great truck. I do like it. It is a good truck. It's for sale if you want it. So I can get a nice 4th gen Cummins. I'm just a Cummins guy, I'm a Cummins addict. So been searching for Cummins recently, and lo and behold, a Raptor just hops up on Marketplace for already a pretty good deal. So as always, I just go see who's posting it up for sale, and it just happens to be a girl that I went to elementary school with named Shannon Croney. And I was like, hey, I know this person. So throw a quick message to her, got the quick lowdown on it. And then I do remember growing up, her dad always had like a Ford Cobra kit car. My dad's a big Lotus guy, so I grew up with Lotus Super 7s. My dad had a Sprees. He's into the newer non-carbureted Lotuses now, if you've seen in my previous videos, where he's got a nice new Evora, and he has an Elise as well. So they're just turnkey goes, where he used to do a lot of like racing. I'm 15-20 minutes from Mossport to Canadian Tire. Yeah, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park? Yeah, Canadian Tire Motorsports. It's called Mossport, but I'm like 15-20 minutes from there, so I pretty much grew up there as a kid. My dad, socks and sandals, Lotus track days. My mom daily drove a Porsche 945 with like me and my 2 sisters, and my mom's pretty cool. But in general, we're going off the rocker here now, but I grew up in a really small town. My elementary school had like 180 kids in total, so it's a really middle of nowhere kind of elementary school, and didn't grow up with a lot of people. So there was this girl named Shannon Croney, and we hung out when we were kids. Always remember going to her house just in the winter time and stuff like that, and snow days, and our parents just always got along, and we got along. Unfortunately, her dad had passed away about 2 years ago, and she has been in possession of this truck. He bought this truck brand new off the lot in 2014, original owner, and it's got 330,000 kilometers on it. So how badass is this dude? Just been daily driving a Raptor for years. So she posted it up, and she was looking for a good home, and I was Marketplace Mike. I was like, hey, pretty much tell me your bottom dollar. I'll see if I can make it happen. No BS, no Marketplace anything. I'm gonna show up with my shop plate, drive her home. She tried to get a little more on Marketplace, which I told her to do. I was like, feel it out, see if you can get your full amount, but I try and sell a lot of stuff too. People suck. I hate dealing with people. It's nice to always just have a quick, easy sale. So we came up upon a deal. I paid $6,000 Canadian for a 1st gen Raptor. So I'm fairly confident this is North America's cheapest 1st gen Raptor. I want to be straight up with you guys. I don't like to hide anything. Got Trevor's shitty car back there. Well, kind of stole it. It's my ice drifting car now. Sorry, Trev. Thanks, Trev. Yeah, it's how can you say no to something like that? So it's filthy right now, and we're just chilling in the shop. Again, I've done some small maintenance things. I've been doing a little bit of research. My main man, Brett, we already threw my HP tuners on it, did some trans tune, just like the standard SCT tuner, and it made it way better because it was kind of lackluster. Drive-by-wire throttle just kind of never is that good. And we got the JLT Performance. JLT does make some really good intakes. I can also make an intake for this, but when it comes down to mat flanges, reusing intake boxes, and the 400 some odd dollars it cost me to buy this kit, it really is a no-brainer. So from what I've researched, and it does make sense, this is probably the best intake on the market that you can get. It's the heavy breather, more air in, more air out, more power, baby. It's kind of the recipe. So I'll probably just start yanking this all apart and toss that on. I already did like a muffler on it. Already showed you guys the undercoating on it, and I'll post probably right now the before and after of the undercoating, so you can really see how killer of a job my buddy Josh did on it. Turned out awesome. I'm super stoked on it. I feel a lot better now driving it in the salt and stuff. I already did like the under fender kind of look at it. I'm rambling. I can keep talking on, but in general, I'm stoked. I got a Raptor. It's cool. It drives awesome. I like stupid stuff, as you can tell from the rest of my collection. I want to give a big thank you to Shannon. She's in a good home. I'm going to take care of it. And then when I'm done having fun with it, I'm sure she's going to go on to one of my homies, one of my other friends who are also into it and also want to ruin their wallet with insanely horrible fuel mileage. That is literally my only complaint about this thing. I love it. It's comfy. It's comfy. It drives really nice. But man, the $600K a tank for $180, $200, it ain't it. When my STI is my fuel efficient vehicle, that's really saying a lot. So in general, I'm gonna set this bad boy up, start tearing this thing apart, give you guys a quick view of the engine bay. It's pretty straightforward. Big box there. It's all stock, like completely stock. So in Mike fashion, let's start ruining stuff, making it a little better, having some fun. Like Trevor's poor car here, I gotta fix this thing up. Broke my exhaust. We got door, real big door. So I need to get a window for this bad boy, but she's been good. Doing a bunch of ice racing. All the homies have been coming up from the States, which is so cool. Just such a good time hanging out with everybody. But yeah, I'll put this bad boy down, doing a bunch of snow plowing, and we'll get back to it. It is actually, let me give you a quick clip. It is pretty snowy, and we're supposed to get another foot. That's my back door. Get the sled straight. And it's coming down still, so we'll just be tuning in the shop in the warm, heater on blast, and doing some sick intake mods. First things first, coffee. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. All right, let's get some tools. All right, so this thing's like really straightforward. If you've ever done any real, I don't know, I consider this like the basics of car modification as soon as you get into it. But today we're getting into the install of a JLT Performance cold air intake, baby. Bringing it back to the roots. We're not making anything today. We're just bolting on some horsepower. Pretty cool to be able to just bolt on some HPs. But in general, you just need some simple hand tools. Flathead screwdriver, set of Phillips head screwdriver, 10 mil socket, I think like a 5/8 or something. I'll check back on that one. I just turned up the brightness a little bit just because it's really dark here in the engine bay and I don't really have any lights. So I'm gonna just start pulling this thing apart. There's this big plenum here. It's right on top. We gotta pull that off. Start with the rubber hose and the factory air box over here. Unplug the MAF sensor. There's a little red clip underneath. I'm just gonna pop that with a screwdriver, pop that back, and then this thing should just come right on off there. Unless I just like break it into million pieces, which I am really good at doing. A tinier flathead too would be good for this, but we're into the punishment game, so this is gonna take me 2 hours to unplug this clip. Oh, maybe I did have it. Clip. Yeah, clip off. That's just tight. There we go. Flawless victory. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. And we're just gonna undo this piece here, unclip the top box, take out the air filter that's in there, the factory square style. Honestly, I'm kind of a big fan of this intake, and I'll show you why. There's a lot of different ones offered from like Canon and like all the other different companies. This one is the only one that needs a tune just because you have so much air coming in, but that's an easy solution for me. But in general, they sell off-the-shelf tuners kind of for this intake, and I think that's kind of a given, especially for this era of vehicle. Throttle, body control, they really leave a lot on the table for you. Just pop this off. Keep all these factory parts in the box that this came in, just because it's going to be nice to keep the parts to put back, especially off of not the most popular vehicles. I'm sure this is honestly the same intake box off of like a 25, like an F250 of the same year, but keep it all together. But again, as I just get lost rambling off, what I like about this intake compared to others on the market, it retains the bottom piece of this factory box here, and then it puts your new little casing on it. This tab off, and yeah, it just keeps all the venting and stuff. Like all this stuff has been highly engineered by Ford and SVT Performance. They got a bigger budget than Mike GT Custom, a little more tech. So I like to try and keep all the factory features in the front that are going to like push air into the intake, which is going to be super, super necessary. Yeah, it's just one of the, from looking at the stuff on the market, seems to be the best. I don't know, I suck at talking, it is what it is. I haven't put it on yet, but from the reviews I've seen, seems to be, again, the best bang for buck. More air in, more air out, more power, baby. It's just how it works. So we're gonna keep pulling all this stuff off. Again, this is simple, so I'm kind of just like filling my time with talking here. Super, super simple. I'll have to brake clean off this area, clean it out with the air blower a little bit. Some of the pine needles out of there, and then I'll grab my 10 mil and I'll start undoing this big box up here. One. Two. I don't think we're gonna need these anymore, but we're gonna put them aside. I think I hear Cummins. I think I hear Cummins outside. Sounds like it. Two even. Sounds like two Cummins, not just one. PCB, there's two hoses in the back here, one hose there, one hose there. That'll come off. See if there's anything else on the corner over here. Bring this over just in case. I got another one of those. That looks pretty loose to me. Just a flathead in the back there, and then that should come right off. All right, super simple. So it's Torx bit, but that's probably going to be for the MAP sensor flange, like actually like right on it. Get right up in the old girl. That's a badly placed hose clamp. I don't like that.
Real bad fun.
Hello.
Where?
I heard it coming.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Come on.
Oh, same old.
Bolting
off some horsepower.
What's this little hot air intake?
Look at your Cummins. He's got a Cummins hat too. Show off your hat there, D. Oh, it's right there, right where Brody is.
Oh,
Nice.
alert.
I knew there was some Cummins outside.
You're filming.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
It's okay. Run away! Here, I'll turn it off for you, Jake. So he's plowing. That's plowing. He's on probation, so just like you, he's got to be good.
Yeah.
He's got to show up when somebody's is needed.
Yes.
As soon as he's in, he can be a good old boy and be like, that's not my job.
Yeah.
There we go. Big box coming off. Go dig out. Do you see your trailer? It's
Yeah.
buried.
I could just see the tongue.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, I'll do this. We'll pull this out and we'll toss a quick light on your sled.
Oh, fuck, I forgot the light.
Oh my god. God damn it, Brody.
I literally said to Brody, I'm like, oh, I forgot the light. I gotta grab that. And then I didn't grab it.
Brody, do you regret not buying a sled a couple months ago?
Yeah. Fuck. Okay, we'll be back in a minute.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep fucking with this.
Okay, sorry.
I can find you a cheap sled, Brody. Let's go. Get the sleds. Billet Performance. We're hiring.
Yeah, we're hiring. Full sponsorship.
Fuck. Yeah, you look at that. That's everything's broken, Jake. That's tight. Struggle bus, man. Struggle city. Can weld exotic metals. Struggles to bolt on. Oh, I'm blinding it. Struggles to bolt on an intake. My life. Yep. Well, I got the box off. That wasn't that bad. This was being a little tighter. Oh, I just didn't want to pull it so hard and fly off the back of the truck. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Those pieces off. Big box off. Bring the airline over, blow that out. We're rocking. Oh man, I didn't even do a stock comparison. Rookie. Clean, loud work environment. All right, there's all the stock stuff. We got our box of horsepower over here. Instructions, we don't need those where we're going. It's a tube. It's pretty straightforward. Take the MAF out of the old pipe, put it in the new pipe. It does have this nice little rubber gasket. Oh, there we go. Nice little rubber gasket. And this nice little shield that I was kind of mentioning clips into the box. And it's just a straight tube. Bam, something like that by the time we're done. A little bracket to move the power steering reservoir over. She's a big breather. Again, all the other intakes on the market kept that factory box there, and that is not the energy we're looking for. We want max air all the time. Even if it's like a Prius, I still want max air all the time. So yeah, change the MAF sensor over, power steering bracket, a couple of brackets, bolts, washers, and yeah, we'll start with this little rubber gasket after we clean that off over there. Pretty straightforward. We got this gasket that's going to sit on this box, and we're just gonna brake clean it a little bit, get some of the old dirt out of it. Get out of here. Like, look at this thing. It's huge. It starts at 4" and then it goes to like 5" or 4.5. Got the megaphone in it. So again, this thing's pretty well engineered. Reminds me of like my buddy B-Rod and Brett were saying it, it's explicit. It's the JDM whale intake. You know, the piece of a whale. It's the big boofer. So that's gonna just pop right in there. Like nothing. Yeah, how about now? And then we can see that that's why they moved the power steering reservoir. So I'm just gonna do that bracket first before I put it in here. Bring this onto the bench, and I'll take the MAF sensor flange. I'm MAF sensor out of the flange and install it on this new flange with its new gasket. And this thing's gonna be a heavy breather, baby. Yeah, I really like that. That's a nice piece of kit. All right, we're back at the bench. We got the dart, we got the new intake and the old intake. Pop that MAF flange off with the new gasket and bolts, and we're gonna toss it in that bad boy. I measured it out, it's 4.5 inch. So 4 inch to 4.5 inch, and a very smooth megaphone transition versus the factory 3 inch. So not too shabby. All right, that's a tube in a box right there. Got in the intake, and then I messed with, there's a little bracket. Comes with the power steering. Super simple, just kind of bolts on. This harness goes like right back over top of it, but super simple, bolts right on. And we're gonna undo this filter now, toss that on, and we're ready for the startup. Here's some heavy breathing. All right, installed. Look at that, nice red filter. Everything's all tight. Big breather tube. Let's start her up, hear how she sounds. I didn't do a stock before, but that's unfortunate.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
As you saw, that was no bueno. So apparently, when I pulled out the intake, I hit or bent, or I don't even know. Like 2 spark plugs on this thing. There's that big coil pack, and it was like sparking out on the head or something. So I just pulled it out, electric taped it a bunch, and yeah, seems to be way better. But probably should order a new one of those ones. But yeah, let's well, Raptor. We're gonna set this back up and start it back up and give it a couple doots so you can hear exactly what it sounds like, not misfiring, struggling for life. All right. That's better. Well, that's a wrap for installing a big old doot tube on a Raptor. I got some other shit to do today, so I'm just hanging out for right now, organizing some things, and we'll probably get some in-car dootage. I think my buddy Nick's coming to steal it because his brand new Ram doesn't have heat for some reason. New truck things, I guess you'll get that. But other than that, guys, I say other than that a million times, we'll check you on the next one.